Nottingham Forest are yes again in huge PSR trouble. Welcome to your Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. Coming up in today's video, we're going to tell you about this year's PSR, why Forest are in so much trouble, and what the hell they can do to get themselves out of it. We told you yesterday about the links with Murillo. There's been links with Morgan Gibbs White now. But what are the real numbers behind all of this, and how do we fix it? If you're enjoying the content, I'm not. I'm sick of PSR. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And don't forget to go get your Taiwo tickets. There's only a few of those left for the signed frame shirt from Football Prizes. And on top of that, if you would like to give us a super thanks, just hit that $sign down below. We appreciate all your donations. It keeps the lights on here. Okay, let's jump into this. And Forest are yet again in major trouble when it comes to PSR. Why? Because, as we spoke to Kieran yesterday, if you haven't watched our interview with Kieran, go check it out after this. It gives you real insight into the kind of situation Forest are in. So, Forest this coming year, instead of having 61 million overspend that they were allowed, they will have 83 million. And it's like, okay, that makes things really good. No, not at all. Because Forest have already spent 96 million in the last two financial periods. We are already over the 83 million. And we expect to lose, and this is Forest talking, not me, they're projecting between another 12 to 17 million, which brings us to about 106 million minimum in terms of a loss. And we can only go 83 over. So we're already way over where we need to be. Now, a lot of you, and I've seen it in the comments after Kieran's video yesterday, saying, yeah, so what? Brennan Johnson money, 47.5, pure profit. Mangala's loan fee, so what? Pure profit. No, that's already been accounted for in this financial year. So no, that's not going to be our savior in this. And that's where the problem lies. Now, what we do know is about potential money that there could be coming in. So Mangala has an option to buy on him of 15 million from Lyon. Remember, they already paid 10 for a loan fee. And the other one that could happen, but probably won't, is Joe Worrell moving permanent to Besiktas for 4 million. So that would generate 19 million. That would bring Forest down to within about 10 million or so within the deficit we need. But remember, there's a difference between Joe Worrell money and Mangala money. Joe Worrell is homegrown. That can all go onto the bottom line. 4 million's just about going to touch the sides. Mangala, not homegrown. Forest paid about somewhere between 8 and 12 million, depending on fees and bonuses, etc., for him last year. And if we sell him now for 15 million, that 15 million coming in would probably class as profit because of the 10 million loan fee we got for him in January. So come what may, this Mangala deal has to go through at the end of the window. And currently he's out injured for Lyon. Man, Mangala, man, sort your fitness out, bro. You're costing us here. So this one has to be done and be done quickly, because all these transfers have to happen before the 30th of June. Completed before the 30th of June. So what have we got to sell? Obviously, we could do a big one with a Murillo or a Morgan Gibbs White. Now, I've been asking my sources, and they're saying it's not necessarily the case that Forest will need to sell Murillo or Morgan Gibbs White. As we said in that video yesterday, a lot of that is paper talk, where they're just really not doing their research into the numbers. So my feeling is Murillo, Morgan Gibbs White may not have to sell. But we have the, I don't want to use the word deadwood, but should we say deadwood and fringe players that aren't getting a game that can potentially generate enough money between them to get deals done by the 30th of June. I'm talking about Lewis O'Brien. You guys remember him? I'm talking about Manuel Dennis at Watford. I'm talking about, you got Josh Bowler, all these other little ones that could be sold for 2 million here, 4 million there, whatever it might be, could generate enough that it gathers up and creates enough to bring us down from the projected 105 million down to the 83 million required. Now, here's the funny thing. Let's say Forest can do this, because the real issue is, well, who else is going to be, who's going to want to buy? Who's going to not be looking for discount prices if they know you have to sell before the 30th of June? The problem is, we know that Villa are in the same boat. We know Newcastle are in the same boat. There's talks about Wolves as well, Leicester, who are going to be in financial trouble if they come up. You're probably looking at half the league who are going to be in this position. Probably 14 teams, surprisingly enough. And the contrast is there'll be 6 teams, well, actually 5 teams, because Chelsea from the Big 6 are in the same boat and they need to sell. So you're looking at the greedy 5 who will be able to take their pick of who they want from all this half-price sale that's going to happen before the 30th of June. And then you're probably looking at the foreign leagues. And this is the problem with this whole thing, is because the PSR rules are so stupid, it's going to end up moving talent from the Premier League to foreign leagues, to Saudi, to La Liga, to wherever it's going to be, just in desperation to get to these PSR rules, when you've got owners who own countries who can afford to bring an Mbappe in or whatever, who are being stopped by the Premier League. Don't they see they're literally making this league weaker and will strengthen other leagues because of their dire need to protect the Cartel 6? It's ridiculous. But anyway, back to Forest. Let's say all this 30th of June stuff gets done. Here's where the crazy stuff happens. From the 30th of June, assuming, of course, Forest stay up, which we're confident, hopefully, will happen. From the 30th of June, the taps can open up, because Forest will now have 3 years worth of Premier League PSR. And Forest will be able to spend what they want to spend. But on top of that, that would bring them in the 35. So Forest would finally be at the 105. But once Forest get to the 105, the new rules are coming in anyway. So Forest will be able to spend 85-90% of their revenue on players. It's a complete mess. It really is. But what it will mean is that the taps will be fully open for Forest halfway through a transfer season. So what we're going to see this summer is Forest going sell, 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 sell. 30th of June comes. And then Forest will be like, right, party time, buy, 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 buy in the second half. And then probably this time next year, there'll be more reports saying Forest desperately need to fix X, Y, and Z. We're desperately behind by this amount of money. And this is just taking all matters off the football pitch and putting them in the spotlight, when all I really care about now is who's fit for Crystal Palace. What tactics is Nuno going to use? Is he going to make another stupid sub and bring Felipe on? And the most important question is, will Morgan Gibbs White be taking corners, or will he finally put someone else on it? Those are the debates we want to have. So my promise to you is, unless anything stupidly crazy breaks, I'm done with PSR talk. Done with it. Going forward, I want to focus back on the football. Let me know though, are you done with all this off the ball, off the pitch talk? Or like me, do you want to get back to footballing matters? If you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And if you haven't checked out our interview with Kieran Maguire from yesterday, honestly, it's a fascinating listen, because I don't talk, he does all the talking. Go check it out. I'll leave it on the end screen for you now. Thank you so much for watching. Come on, you Reds.